And you are rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm so excited to be live in this studio. If you only knew what I've been through, you wouldn't be looking at me, you'll be praising God too. I am posted up in the studio with my guest co-host today, none other than media personality extraordinaire. The Ward is in the building. What's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, bro? How you feeling, man?
I'm absolutely, positively amazing. Turn that volume down on that phone. Oh. But we got a great show today because you know what? Unfortunately, Tamara Fair will not be on the air with us. And I know we've been taking a few days off here or there, but I said it yesterday, the devil is busy, but God is busier. So no matter what you're going through, put it all in God's hand. Matter of fact, we may play It's All in His Hands today because it's Throwback Thursday, and Tammy's not here, so I'm going to play all those throwback hits. Church lady, we taking it back to 1820 up in this joint, her eyes, but we won't go that far, but we got a great show for you. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share. You rocking with the Brunch Bunch. Well, unfortunately, it's not Tamara Fair, but we got somebody filling in with us who brings the noise and has something to talk about. And we were just trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. And I said, the war, whatever you want to talk about, let's talk about it. What's going on in the world?
Man, so much is going on, Marcel. But I just want to just say, y'all, I'm happy to be here with my bro.
Oh, man. We glad to have you.
Action Jackson.
In the building, the one and only.
This boy right here, I tell you, he all over the place.
Hey, listen, somebody got to get it done.
Yes, sir.
So what's going on? You wanted to go across the pond for a second.
Oh, Lord, across the pond. Indeed it is, my brother. Man, let's get into the whole debacle of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. You know, let's kind of dive into that, man.
So let's let the listeners know. If you don't know, this past week, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry did an interview with Oprah, everybody's godmother, and there's been a lot of backlash happening in the UK and in the United States. So tell us, what are your thoughts?
Man, it's unfortunate, man, as we already know that racism and different type of prejudices still exist today, and you know, whether in America, and as you see over there in London, you know, Europe and all that, it's still there, man. You know, it's just only for all these years been masked in different ways, but it's still live and present, man. Just some of the stuff that I've been hearing, you know, since this interview has aired has just really been just disheartening.
Yeah, well, you know what? In America, we saw racism uncovered when Donald Trump was elected. When, you know, it's been here. But I think it's been, you know, hiding. And, you know, one of the things, when those thugs stormed the Capitol a few month or two ago, one thing they didn't realize that their grandfathers wore hoods, so nobody knew who they were. But they just went out. So what's happening in the UK doesn't surprise me. But there's been a lot of backlash on whether or not I've heard Meghan Markle is a liar. Piers Morgan is no longer the host of his show in the UK, Good Morning UK, I believe, because of the things he said about Meghan Markle. But the kingdom, the queen, has come out and said that they're not racist, and that they don't treat people differently. And Prince Williams said he hasn't talked to his brother, and that he will be talking to him because he didn't know any of these things were supposedly happening, but he doesn't believe that they were happening either.
Let me ask you, why do you think Prince William and Prince Harry have not been talking? These two, since forever, have been close, and all of a sudden, these past few years or so, they have not been tight as they had been. Like, what do you think is going on with that whole dynamic between those two?
Well, I do believe that him marrying a black woman had a lot to do with it, and the underlying tone. And, you know, if you watch them, Prince Harry made his statement after being accompanied by a lot of little black kids talking about the vaccine.
Yeah.
And then Prince Charles, is that the father?
Charles, yeah.
He waited to make a visual statement proving he's not so racist by having a black person by his side. So that's almost kind of like a smack in the face saying, okay, I'm not racist, so now I'm going to keep some black people around me while you talk to me. But I do see that there's been a rift in their relationship since he married Meghan. Now, Prince Harry said that members of the royal family were questioning how the baby would, what skin tone the baby was going to be or something like that.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's crazy, man. That is so crazy. And reports of that is that I'm hearing that they're saying they're waiting until the baby is born to see what type of skin color the baby has. And if the baby is a little bit darker than it should be, it's not going to be, what, a prince?
Well, their current baby, Archie, their son Archie, doesn't have the title prince. Okay. And they're speculating, is it because he's half, black? Their daughter, she's pregnant with now, I don't know. It's crazy. This should have been a what in the caucasity story, because it is like a what in the caucasity is going on. But, Piers Morgan, who the Brits are crying over because he's gone. Now, he's been giving it to Meghan Markle for forever, since she's been with Prince Harry, but they aired a video. He tried to date Meghan Markle.
I'm sure.
He told a story. They were at a pub
sure.
having drinks, and he said he thought they were having a good time, and he sent her home in a cab. And he thought she was going home in a cab, but that cab took her to the party where she met Prince Harry. So they're saying the only reason he's attacking her is because he wanted her and she chose the prince.
Now, a little tidbit, I can believe that, because this is not Meghan Markle's first rodeo in the spotlight or anything like that. A lot of people may not know this, but she was one of the hosts, one of the people that hosts the Suitcase on the show Deal or No Deal with Howie Mandel. Mm-hmm. A lot of people may not know that, but that's how, she's, some of the things that she's done. I believe, she's done some modeling or something like that or whatever too, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is not her first rodeo in the spotlight. So I can believe that. She's a beautiful young lady, and I can see Pierre, him being him.
Wanting her.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely it's a lot, and I've been telling people now, I'm usually not into the celebrity talk, but of course if Tamara was here, we would be all over this story, because that's what she would do. I tell people, I got enough problems going over in the U.S. to worry about what's going over in the U.K.
Right.
But racism anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we got to keep our fingers on the pulse, and we have to remember that everybody's not for it. But one thing I do like them about what they've done. And Prince Harry showed brothers across the world.
Yeah.
When hey, people got a problem with your woman, you bounce. You exit stage left. He gave up the kingdom for his woman.
Whoa.
And I'm like Donald Lawrence.
Oh my.
And Prince Harry told them, "This is my exodus."
Would you do that? Would you give up everything?
Listen, don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390.
Wow.
So what's going on? I just want to share this brief story, because I got an email from heaven. Maybe if I share this story on the air, somebody listening will be able to help me to fix this issue. So most of you probably heard, next Thursday I am taking a vacation. I am going to Jamaica for my significant other's birthday, her birthday is Sunday, and we were going to Jamaica, and we had a big, exciting trip planned. I'm talking super exciting. Charmaine is watching. But when I moved a year and a half ago from my former house, I didn't realize that I left my passport there.
Oh, Lord.
And so I applied for a new passport, to get a replacement, and it's been weeks. And when I called yesterday, I stood on hold for 3 hours. because I was trying to get an update on this passport because I literally have until Thursday.
Right.
They say, "Oh, we have not received your application yet. Due to the U.S. Postal Service delays, it's been taking 3 to 4, sometimes 5 weeks just for us to get the applications in." And I said, "Well, if you get it tomorrow, will you be able to get it to me by next week?"
Right.
And the guy on the other line, in the coolest, calmest voice ever, said, "Oh, not at all, sir."
Wow.
And so I sat there devastated. So then today,
Okay.
I went to my old house
Okay.
and took the locks down, because we're getting ready to rehab it. And the house is cleaned out.
Oh.
Everything's gone. And so there's no passport.
Oh, wow.
So what am I going to do? So, of course, a few days ago,
Okay.
I used my mind. I said, let me do this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go on LinkedIn
Okay.
and see if I can connect with some people that work at the passport office so I can get an appointment in person. Because if I can get that in-person appointment, they'll give me a passport the same day.
Right.
I found one woman, a beautiful black woman at that.
Okay.
But she has not added me back on LinkedIn. And then I'm stalking her. I found her on Facebook too because I'm trying to get this appointment.
Boy.
So, believers, if you're out there listening and you know anybody that works at the passport office, I believe God is a miracle worker. And I believe this can be a miracle. And if not, God has a ram in the bush. I'm going to just have to change my flights to a location that does not need a passport.
Basically, you need the saints.
I need the same.
To touch
and agree.
And agree.
And call me at 312-591-3878 if you have a hookup at the passport office.
Somebody.
Listen, I believe there's somebody listening. Out of these thousands of listeners, somebody has a hookup at the passport office.
If you give the bishop a cool glass. Come on.
Listen, and I'm tipping. Ken, you think that's going to make them call any quicker? Listen.
No, you got to give what they say, like a reward, some
type of
reward.
Yeah, listen,
a prophet's reward.
But in other news about rewarding, but let me say this one more time now, y'all. If you know anybody at the passport office, call Church Lady, 312-591-3878, and tell her you got the hookup for Action Jackson. Look, Stay in Your Lane on Facebook said, "Come on, Jesus, bring the passport." LOL. Now, speaking of passports, if I had one, I would be traveling to the land of Zamunda. Which I got to go to Zamunda this weekend. And if you don't know what Zamunda is, that is the set of Coming to America.
Yeah.
And part 2 just came out.
I know, but I wanted to add, I from the movie, from the people, the PR people and everybody there, I just want to thank everybody. I got my soul glow. Hallelujah. I got my soul glow and my Coming to America 2 cap and everything. I posted the pictures and everything on Facebook, but yeah, go ahead, bro.
Now, okay, so let's talk about this. So I have talked about Coming to America so many times on this show. It was brought out the year I was born, 1988.
Wow.
But it is one of my all-time favorite movies, right? I love Eddie Murphy in this movie. I want to know, did you enjoy it? Was part 2 everything you wanted it to be, or what? I want to hear your thoughts first.
Well, you know what, bro? I really did not have any expectations, for this movie at all. So I went into it with, a clear thoughts and just wanted to see what type of film and, what the storyline or whatever was going to be about. And, I was open, so I watched it and it was cool. It was okay.
You know what? I didn't think it was going to be better than the first one.
I didn't either.
But I think the storyline to me could have been better. Him having that son, that illegitimate child, as they call it. No, they kept saying the bastard child in the movie. Yeah. It was like, it was okay. Now, I fell asleep the first time I watched it. After about 20 minutes, I guess I was probably very tired from work, and it wasn't catching my attention.
Okay.
But
so you tried again.
I tried again. Okay. I watched it all the way through, and then I tried it for the third time. at your mom's house for her birthday, which was a social distance birthday. And shout out again, happy birthday to Miss Geraldine Ward.
Mom.
But I think Leslie Jackson carried the movie.
You did say she made the movie.
She made the movie.
You did say that.
I mean, if it wasn't, I don't think it would have been that dope. The son to me was some terrible acting.
Yeah.
Now listen, I'm gonna do like those televangelists, you know, when they up preaching and then they stop the whole thing. They say, "We got callers calling in. Listen, the phone line's blowing up over there. I'm trying to see if somebody got me a passport." You know what? We go to commercial break. No, I'm joking. But no, we have. The movie was all right.
It was okay. And so, like you say, the script could have been a little bit more thought could have been put into it. You know, for the 30-some years later, like. Better thought process could have went into, the storyline and everything, but it was okay. I laughed here and there, and,
I like how they referenced some of the same. What I thought was so cool is how they brought all of the old characters that Eddie Murphy does and Arsenio Hall.
I love the cameo.
I saw the preacher, when he was on stage, and he said, "What the heck is Zamunda?" when he said he's going to Zamunda. No, it was just dope. The guys in the barbershop. If you have not seen it, we didn't ruin anything because you had almost a week to watch it, so that's your fault. But go on there and church ladies busted up at me. Go online and watch it. I think it's on Netflix?
Yeah,
no, Amazon Prime.
No,
on Prime Video.
Yeah.
So make sure you watch it and. Listen, I'm going to carry all of my sorrows and all of my burdens about this passport down by the riverside. Woo. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share.
Oh.
I hope there's a blessing on this phone call, y'all. But we got some callers that want to call in and share some tips with me. Caller, what's going on?
Jackson, my name is Alan, and you can go to the post office and get your passport.
Now, Miss Alice, that's where I went. I went to the passport, did the app, paid extra for expedited. Then they tell me that it ain't expedited.
I don't understand. If my daughter went to the post office and got my son-in-law passport, and she said it took a couple of days. So I don't know what, maybe because of these things, because of the COVID.
Yeah, it's got to be that COVID. And you know what? They usually let you come in and get appointments, but because of COVID, they limiting the number of people. And so there's no appointments online. I've been searching day and night.
Well, listen, if I hear anything else, I'll give you a call. But you need your passport to go take you a good vacation.
Yeah, you know what, Miss Alice? I love you. Thank you for that. Listen, be praying and be looking for us some connections, all right?
Yes, I'll be praying, and the Lord give you favor, okay?
All right. Thank you for calling in, Miss Alice. Wow. Listen, I love that. Our listeners love us. And you know what? I think church lady getting my attention. Was there somebody else on the line? Okay, so while I'm waiting on the blessings of the Lord that maketh rich and addeth no sorrow, the Ward wanted to keep talking about Zamunda. He had a couple of other points.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people said the movie was trash. And, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's fine. That's cool. That's good. But I have to commend Eddie Murphy, man. He employed a lot of people, with this film. And not even just a cameo, but, he brought a lot of people back that has not been acting in years, that
his wife in the movie.
And his daughter. His daughter played his actual daughter in the movie.
Oh, which movie?
Coming to America 2. The light-skinned, the middle child. That's his real daughter.
Oh, that's his real daughter in real life.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I won't say that it was trash. Mm-hmm. It was a good movie. It was, like you say, full of people. He had one, Stay in Your Lane. He had one of my favorite women comedians, Lou Nell, who is, not always in the forefront, not in a lot of movies, but I love her. She was in the movie. Leslie Jackson. We had my main man, what's his name? Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan was in the movie, so it was a nice family movie to watch. But I would say watch number 1 and then watch number 2. You know, if you've never seen number 1, definitely watch number 1. Now, what movie? A lot of people surprisingly have not seen it.
Wow.
Sister Sheila said she enjoyed it. It was good. So there's mixed reviews. I enjoyed it when I watched it the second time fully through. But
it's a good family movie.
It was a good family movie, and I want to make sure that we support it.
And one other note, a lot of people probably don't know this, but the whole kingdom, the home, that's actually Rick Ross's house.
Yes, I saw that. I read that.
Yeah.
Rick Ross. And Rick Ross said he was so excited for them to use. He said he was like a fan when Eddie Murphy and Arsenio was walking through his house.
Man,
and they created
crazy.
They created like that big table that they had for the dinner.
Man.
He said they built that custom and they gave it to him as a gift to keep.
Wow.
And so the things that they changed in his house, he wanted to keep. He said, and they gifted it to him. So he was so excited.
So they blessed him for him being a blessing to the movie.
Yeah, and I'm sure he got paid too. So, no, but it was good.
It's always a good blessing.
So make sure because we have to keep supporting black movies, regardless what you think. Sometimes just support because we'll go see a movie from another ethnicity, and we go pay and support it, and then we'll go try it again. But we hard on ourselves sometimes. And anytime a black movie
why are we harder on each other?
Systemic racism, but don't even get me started.
That don't look like us, we give them a pass or we go easy on them.
It's been ingrained in us since it's in the fabric of our beings from slavery. Don't get me started because I get passionate, but I will say this point. We can go to a black restaurant and get served with a dirty fork. And we're going to scream and yell, this fork is dirty, I ain't never coming back. We're going to tell everybody. Now, we go downtown to a nice restaurant, and I've seen this happen. The fork got a little smudge on it. They put it in their water and wipe it off.
Wow.
So, it's just the indifferences. So, with that being said, good or bad or whatever you heard, support the movie. Let's keep supporting black films and black stars because they definitely employed a lot of people during a bad time, this COVID pandemic, where a lot of people in the media world have been laid off. And so, we're not going to keep in Zamunda too long because we're going to bring it right back to Chicago with Chicago's own Ricky Dillard. Jesus is his name. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share. You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm posted in the studio with my guest co-host,
The Ward. You already know.
Man, and we having a great time in the show. But you know what, believers, and I'm glad that Miss Janice Wardlaw just said, keep bringing us news that we can use. And that's always our aim, to send you back better than you came. So for most of you who have been listeners for the past 3 years, I can't believe it's been 3 years since I've been on the show. 3 years, John was my assistant and my mentee and protege, and he was with me every day at the beginning, always with me. And so about a year ago, John decided and told me that he wanted to start a business, in which that's my goal. If you're around me, I want my people to be better, and I want to help people live a better life. So, of course, I don't want him just working with me. I want him to have his own business and money up, level up, and do right. So, John is the owner of Easy
Wash Exterior Cleaning.
There it is. All right. And he does power washing. So this morning, John was with me because I'm hiring him to do some work at a couple of my buildings. And so I just said, listen, you here, me and the Ward chopping it up. But now we going to give you your time to shine. And you know what? I tell them all the time, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So, John, let's give a warm Brunch Bunch welcome to John Miles. Woo!
Hey, what's going on, Brunch Bunch family?
John, tell us, what is this business that you got? Let the believers hear you.
All right, believers. So this is John Miles speaking with Easy Wash Exterior Cleaning. We are a full service exterior cleaning. We do power washing, fleet washing semi trucks, homes, roofs, gutters, etc. Whatever you need.
So when we pulled up and we were pulling in the garage and you said, "Wow, I need to get this contract," and I'm like, "Wow, why is it important to get your exteriors clean, your house or your business?"
Mainly because people need it. For example, earlier when we were in the car when I was talking about that contract, it was a post-construction cleaning contract. It was a contract with a welder who's working on a huge building, and after they're done and they're doing all their building and working in this mud, the building has to be clean. The property has to be clean. So that's what I do.
So, okay, so let me give them an example of my building. So in my new office, we tore the wall down, and we're going to keep exposed brick, right? And that exposed brick is dirty. The building had a fire previously, and so I'm sorry, I can't multitask, believe it. But the building had a fire, so it's like fire on the brick. And you said you can get that off, right?
I'm up for the challenge only because you're my mentor, and I've turned down a few jobs before if I know I can't do it, and I've posted this picture of this building, and most of my guys say turn the job down, walk away from the job, because it's a job that most people wouldn't take, but I'm willing to take it because you're my mentor, and I'm just up for the challenge. That's what it's about for me, especially with me being a rookie in the game. This is my first season being full service. When I started last year, I was just doing cars and semi trucks because my dad's a truck driver. When COVID hit, I wasn't doing anything. I was sitting, so I bought a pressure washer, used his truck, and got started. And now I'm here, full service exterior cleaning business.
Let's see, John, was that hard, man? You flowing, brother.
Yeah, I like it.
I told him,
cool.
I say, hey, you're talking to us, you know, just flow, man. So what led you to really, start this business? Has it always been a passion of yours or what?
Not exactly. When COVID hit, I went back home to my parents' house, and I was doing a lot of sitting. Wasn't doing anything.
You say sitting.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of sitting. It put me on my butt. I didn't have anything to do, and I didn't like it. So it made me really look at myself and say, what are you good at? What can you do? What could you use to really make money? And when I was 19, 20 years old, I worked at a car detail shop, making $300 a week, just cleaning cars. And I started cleaning cars, and I was making $300 a day throughout my neighborhood doing it that way. But with my experience in working with Marcel and being properly shown what it's like to run a business and how to grow a business, I just took that and applied that with the small skill that I had, and boom, I have a business.
John got me a bit tearing up, y'all. But okay, so for the Look Church Ladies now, listen, he's come a long way. But no, I'm so proud of John. And listen, Facebook is chiming in. You already got a client. Deborah says she wants you to come power wash her house. So you got one. We have to uplift our young people who are doing positive things, and because our kids can only be what they see. And when other young people see success stories like John, it inspires them to want to be successful. So John, for the believers that are like power washing, so in my mind, and I like to make it plain, so you just come and spraying water on my house? Can I do that with my water hose?
No, not exactly. It depends on what you need clean, right?
Okay.
Now, most people think of power washing, they think of this machine, this stick that spray out water really hard. But with my equipment and my setup and what most professionals use, I have a software system that allows me to spray eco-friendly chemicals to the surface and kill that bacteria, because that's what you're doing. You're just not getting rid of dirt. You're cleaning the bacteria and the moss and the mold that's sitting on that surface. And you really want to... Even COVID, I'll kill the COVID. If you got COVID on that surface, I'll
kill the COVID.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
John, actually two things.
Okay.
You say Marcel is your mentor.
Yeah.
So real quick, before we head out, give us real quick, what's one of the most important things Marcel has taught you, or life lessons, or even how to, conduct your own business, that has really helped you to succeed.
That's easy.
And also, after you're done with that, tell the people how they can get at you.
Sure. All right, cool. Action. That's it. So one thing I've learned from Marcel is action. You have to lead with that action. Yeah.
Gotta do it.
How can they reach you?
How can they reach you?
All right, you can reach me on Facebook, or you can go to my website at www.easywashexteriorcleaning.com, or you can reach me at 630-666-3225.
Give that number again.
630-666-3225. 3225.
Wow. Well, we're so excited to have John as our special guest all the way from Naperville or wherever you're at now.
Now servicing all surrounding areas. Woodbridge, Downers Grove, Lisle, Chicago, surround west suburbs.
John, your interview was over when we was done with that. Don't you? Now you want to just talk.
Now you wanna talk.
Well, I couldn't get you on the mic. Now you going on and on.
Can't get him to stop. Shut up.
Anything over, you being charged by the minute. The Lord, listen.
Man.
You've been great. You're doing great things in the media world. Tell the believers and the Facebook audience how they can connect with you, how they can follow you, and how they can keep seeing the great things that you got going on.
Yeah, everybody, man. It's just been a pleasure being here today. I'm grateful. I'm thankful for, just hanging with my bro. But you guys can get at me, man. Go to IG. Follow me at Ward Media Group. Once again, Ward Media Group. We're on Facebook, also LinkedIn, Twitter, Ward Media. So follow us, man. Go right now. Stop what you're doing and follow us on IG at Ward Media Group. We got some great content on there and got some great things coming up. And I'm also hosting correspondent with Sheen Magazine, so got some really dope interviews coming up for you guys. Really good stuff coming. You don't want to miss it.
I love it. I love it. The Ward is doing great things. But listen, believers, we've been doing great things all hour long, but unfortunately, it's our time to go. And on this Throwback Thursday, as we do each and every Thursday, we want you, in the spirit of the late, great Reverend Clay Evans, to go home, go to sleep, pull the covers around your shoulders, and relax, because angels are watching over you. Up next, AC Green. After that, Marcella Jones. We get it done all night long right here on Inspiration 1390.